Sudoku stream. We're going to see about solving puzzle number 749 from the Sudoku store on Blue Sky. Okay, maybe that takes care of it. If you're not familiar with Blue Sky, it's another social media app or platform. You can choose to do the research on it. You'll find pretty much whatever you think you're going to find based on who you do this research with. I've been generally happy with my experience there. I still am on Facebook and have a Twitter account. I don't use it, but it's set up to not be visible public. Well, it's visible public, but nothing I post is public. So, and I'm on obviously YouTube and Twitch, some level. All right. Get a checkbox here. If I click it, it starts a counter if the puzzle validates correctly. If it doesn't, I get to make corrections, and we'll see how that goes. You get 20 seconds from when I click and the counter starts for you to see if you can solve or grab a screenshot to anything you want to see if you can get this solved ahead of me. If this takes me more than an hour, I will stop shortly after an hour as soon as I recognize that. And I will note that it took me over an hour to solve if I did solve. We will try this now and we'll see how this goes. All right, you get 20 seconds. Black squirrel munching on cat TV, right? Even if the cats aren't watching it. All right. So we've got three possible ones here, but I've got two possible ones here. Here I've got four possible, two possible here. Three possible here, and no significant guidance, so 8 possible there. 2. One of these 2 is a 2. It's going to be this one, because one of these 2 has to be a 2. Can't be that one. That's a 2. That means this is a 2, and we get one of these 2 to be a 2. And over here, one of these 2 is going to be a 2. That's it for 2s for now. How about 3s? I got a 3 here. That means one of these 2 is a 3. It also works with these 2 being 3. And down here, let's see, we get 6 possible 3s, and that's square. 3 possible 3s here. 3 possible 3s here. 4 possible 3s here. And 4 possible 3s here. On to 4s. We get a 4 here. Another 4 here. That tells me I've got 4 possible 4s there, 4 possible 4s here. So far, 4 possible 4s here, here, and, well, here. Down here, I've got 5 possible 4s here, and 4 possible 4s here. Not a lot of help with 4s at the moment. How about 5s? So we got 5 here, another one up here. One of these 3 will be a 5. Not a lot of help there. I've got 3 possible 5s here as well. Here we've got 3 possible 5s, 4 possible 5s here. Here we've got 3 possible 5s and 6 possible 5s down here. All right, let's look at 7s. We've got 3 possible 7s here, 4 possible here. This 7 and this one says 2 possible 7s here, because I have to take into consideration this one. All right, over here we've got 3 possible 7s, 2 possible 7s here, 2 7s. Hold on. That over there is not given as a 1. All right. Did that change anything? Possibly. One of these two is a 2. Got 3 possible 2s there now. Over here we've got a 2. One of these two is a 2. No, that's a 2. 2 possibles there. 3 possible 2s here. 2 possible 2s here. 3s. We've got a 3 here, another 3 here, and a 3 down here. That means one of these two is a 3. Got 6 possible 3s here, 3 possible 3s here, 3 possible 3s here, 4 possible here, and 4 possible here. All right, 4s. 5 possible 4s here, 4 possible 4s here. Here I've got 4 possible 4s, 4 possible 4s. Everything's possible here. 4 possible 4s. And on to 5s. We got a 5 here. One of these 3 is a 5. And one of these 3 is a 5. We've got 3 possible 5s here, 3 possible 5s here, 6 possible 5s here, 5 possible 5s here, 3 possible here. Oh, one of these two is a 1. That makes one of these two a 1. All right, so not a lot of help with 5s. Let's take a look at 6s. This one says one of these two has to be a 6. I've got 3 possibilities here, except actually I've got 2 possibilities. I'll mark them and I'll explain why. This says this can't be a 6. This says these two can't be, so one of these two is a 6. All right, down here, this gets to be a 6. And here, one of these two is a 6. Because I've got 2 6s up here already blocking it. All right. Sevens. I've got two possible sevens here. Here I've got three possible sevens. Got four possible over here. Three possible here. 4, 5 possible here. And three possible here. That goes with the three possible here. All right, look at 8. One of these two is an 8. One of these two is going to be an 8. So this can't be. This is an 8. And let's see, 8 there. So far I've got three possible 8s here, but I now see I've got 2 here. And I've got 4 possible here. So these still stay as 8 possible. All right. One of these 3 is a 9. I've got 3 possibilities for a 9 here. I've got 2 possibilities for a 9 here and 3 here. This one gets to be a 9. And that means we've got 4 possible 9s here in the corners. 3 here. All right, anything else I can mark? Nope, one of these 3 is a 9. All right, that 9 there makes this a 6. Not a 6 here, that's a 6. We get these 2 for 6s. These 2 for 3s. 1, 2, 3s. 4s. And one of these 3 is a 5. I don't have sufficient guidance for that yet. All right, here we've got 2 possible 1s. We got 2 possible 2s, a 3. One of these 3 is a 4. Hey, one of these 2 is a 4. Come back to that in a bit. We've got a 5, a 6. So far, one of these 3 is a 7. Got an 8 and a 9 here. So let's come back over here. Up here, we've got the 2 1s. One of these 3 is a 2. We get a 3. One of these 2 is a 4. We get a 5, 6. So one of these 3 is a 7. 8 and 9. I can't mark that as not being 4 here, because that's not how that works yet. All right. 1, 2. One of these 3 is a 3. One of these 4 is a 4. One of these 3 is a 5. I've got 2 possibilities for 6, 7. 2 possibilities for 8 and a 9. Down here, we've got 4 or 5 possibilities for a 1. 2 is marked. 2 possibilities for a 2. 4 possibilities for a 3. And let's see, there's 4 here. It looks like I've got 5 possibilities for 4. So far, 5 possibilities for 5. 6 is given. 3 possibilities for a 7. 4 possibilities for an 8. And 3 possibilities for 9. Look at this square, see if I've got anything. Pair of 1s, a 2, a 3s. And it looks like I've got 6 possibilities for a 3 so far. two possibilities for a 7. And we're looking at 3, so 4 possibilities for a 4. And everything's open to 5s at the moment. So 8 possibilities for that. 6s. Looks like 2 possibilities for 6, 2 for 7, 2 for 8, and 4 possibilities for 9. Okay. 4 possibilities for 1. We got a 2. 3 possibilities for 3, 4. 3 possibilities for 5. We got a 6 already. 3 possibilities for 7. We got an 8. We got 2 possibilities for a 9. And then down here, everything's open to 1. Got a 2. We got 5 possibilities for 3. 4 possibilities for 4. 6 possibilities for a 5. We got a 6 positioned already. We've got 5 possibilities for a 7, 2 possibilities for an 8, and 6 possibilities for a 9. All right, now we're going to flood these, which basically means we go in and we put everything that's potentially possible as opposed to limiting it to just the 2. And here we get one, 3 possibilities for 2, 3, 2 possibilities for 4, 5, 6 are on, 3 possibilities for 7, 8, and 9 are here already. 1s and 2s, a 3, 4 possible 4s, 5, 6, 3 possible 7s, 8, and 9 are already here. All right, here we've got four possible 1s, 2, 3 possible 3s, 4, 3 possible 5s, 6, 3 possible 7s, 8, 2 possible 9s that are marked. That's it for that square. Here we've got everything possibly a 1. Get a 2. And 3 possible 3s. 4 possible 4s. 6 possible 5s. We've got a 6 already. 5 possible 7s. We've got 2 possible 8s. And 3 possible 9s. Over here, we've got a 1, 2, 3 possible 3s, 4 possible 4s, 3 possible 5s. There are 6s already, 7, and 2 possible 8s already marked, and 9s already given. All right, down here we now get to finish in 5 possible 1s, 2 2s. It looks like 4 3s. And yes, these are all possibles, not a given that they will be all be these. There's 5 possible 4s. And let's see, 5 possible 5s. 6, 5, no, 4, 3 possible 7s. And 4 possible 8s. And 3 possible 9s. All right, anything with a singleton in the square is a good first check. Actually, well, no. Since we've got 4s that are going to be in here, know that they can't be there. Likewise for 5s, but I don't have that problem because we've got hard 5s in both of those. All right. Seven, 1, 3, 7, 1, 3, and 1, 3. 9, 5, 1, 9, 5, 9, 9, 5. These two are potential 1s. All right, I think that we're going to start working from where we've got doubles. So I've got a 1, 4 pair here. Let's go with a 4 here and a 1 here. One of these two is a 4, but this one can't be. It does mean this one gets to be a 1, though. And this one can't. 7, 2, 7, 2 here. 7, 2, 7, 4, 7, 2. Well. Oh, wait. 4, 5, 4, 5 makes this a 1. This becomes a 7. So clean up the 1s. Clean up the 7s. Also the 7s and 1s over here. That becomes a 1. Becomes a 3 and a 5 and a 9. It blocks this one though. All right, backing everything out to that for 1, and we'll flip it. So this becomes a 1. This becomes a 4. So not a 4 there or there. That becomes a 1. 2 and 7. Not a 7, not a 2, that's a 4. Not a 1 here. 7, 2 pair. Come back to that, I think. Not a 7. Not a 7. A 7. Also not a 4 or 4. Not a 1 in these 3. Oh, hey, clean up these 1s as well. So one of these 2 is going to be a 1 because that can't be. So that's not a 1. Ah, that can't be a 1, nor that. Potentially is a 4 yet there. Not a 4 in one of either of these. Ah, 4, 5 here makes that into a 1, that into a 7. We saw that before. That does make this into a 2, this into a 7. 7 doesn't affect anything up here. 2 doesn't affect anything here. Does affect a few things down here, but I've already figured that would be the case. Now we got a 3 and a 5 here. Means this is probably not correct. Or one of these 2 is not. Let's do a quick check on these. Okay, that would make this a 7 though. So that can be a 1. No, it can't be. One of these 2 is a 1. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So yes, that would have to be a 3. About 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. No. This could be a 9. Nope. One of these 2 is a 9. All right. How about here? 1, 2, 3 is a possibility. I don't see anything blocking it. 4, 5 is a possibility. Nothing blocking it. Or 5. Yeah, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So we get to back all that out. And we'll have to see if we can approach the 1, 4 pair at the top separately. We're getting a lot of highlights that are red when they should not necessarily be. All right. We do have this, however, 4, 5, 4, 5. So these 2 cannot be a 4. This cannot be a 5. These 2 can't be 4 or 5, or 5 here. That makes this a 1. That can't be a 1. That can't be 1. 7, 2, 7, 2. Makes this one into a 4, this one into a 1. And clean up that 4, and that 4. Clean up these 1s. Clean up this 1, these 2. That makes this a 1, so now we can clean up these 2. All right. And yes, I do know that that brings me back to that. But we know these 2 can't be a 4, so that's a 7, a 2, a 1, and a 4. Clean up the 1, clean up the 7, clean up the 1, clean up the 1. We got a couple of 7s to get cleaned up here. Also some 4s. Got a single 1 here. Makes that not a 1. I don't find there anymore. Is that correct? Yes, it is. So problem is a 7, 3. Can we lock a 5 or 3 in here? We get a 7, 2 pair here. 3 4s and 5s in here. 8, 3. Four, 5, 8, 3. 4, 5, 8, 4, or 8, or 5, 3. Oh, this gets to be a 9. We can clean up these 2. Ah, 5, 9, 5, 9. Not a 5 here or here. Yeah, this gets to be a 2. 7 and 2. That makes this a 7. Not a 7. One of these two will be a 7. We got a 4, 8, 4, 8, 5, 9, 5, 9. Okay, we can come back to that later. 8, 3. 8, 4, 5, 3. 9, 5, 9, 5, 3. 8, 4, 5. One of these two is a 7. That would imply this one had possibility of being a 7. It doesn't, so that's a 7. All right. 5, 3, 5, 8, 3, 8, 3. So one of these two is a 7. One of these two is a 7. Okay. Well, let's try 5 here. That makes that not a 5. Makes this a 7. This is 3. Not a 3 here. Not a 3 here or here. So this becomes a 7. This becomes a 1. Not a 7 now. So 5, 9 pair. Not a 5 here. One of these two is a 5. Also, this becomes a 3. So not a 3 here or here. That becomes an 8. 4, 3, and 8. Not an 8. 6, 3, 6, 3. Nine, 5, 9, 5. This becomes an 8. 4 here. 5, 9, 5, 9. 5, 9, 5, 9. This becomes a 5, so none of these are 5 anymore. One, 4, 1, 4. That makes this a 5. 3 here, 4 here. We can clean up the 4s, clean up the 3s, or some of them anyway. Clean up that 5 becomes a 9. This becomes a 5. This is a 9. This is a 5. Not a 4 here, so this is a 4. This becomes a 1. That 4 means this is a 5. This is a 4. That 5 means this is a 9. This is a 5. This 9 means this is a 3. This is not a 9. This is a 6. This becomes an 8. And here, not a 3. That makes that a 9. That is 6. That a 3. And we're done. Hey, 37 minutes. 8 seconds? Which, well, better than an hour. You got to take what you can get from time to time. I want to say thanks to everybody who jumped in and said hello. If I missed your comment, my apologies. We will look forward to checking in with you tomorrow. Have a good night, everybody. A good day.